Hello Blenderfolks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Pxy-CLASS and this is the lecture part 2 of 2. The first we did our rig, the simultaneous F key and I key for the arms. So this is sort of an arm, right? This is the spine, the shoulder, and now we are going to complete the file, which I will leave it free on Gumroad site, which doesn't exist yet in the stream, but at the time I'm streaming, but a bit later, maybe today or tomorrow, it will be ready. I need to create this stuff. So if you're watching this later, probably just go to the link in the description. There will be it will be available for free, and you can also contribute for if you like what this means for Blender 3D animation rigging. Okay, so that's it. So now this is the arms. It's complete from the previous part 1, only the arms, and now I'm going to build this. It's not the same system for the legs because it has several differences, but the principle for the limbs is the same. The subdivisions of the splitting of the system is mostly the same idea. And so here I'm taking the original model because here the idea is interesting, is that we can you see a lot of bones here which are not required so this is exaggerated things for the leg, but let me show you something here. Many things here are just deformer stuff for deform rig. And so for example this one, let's just clean this out. So I'm gonna select by color, right? It's shift select similar, shift G, yes, shift G, color, yes, let's hide that. And there's also those yeah, we can also use these bone colors here. Oh no, this is not this is Blender 4.0.0, well, whatever. Let's do this way again. So there's helper bone here too. Let's hide that. No, shift G and by color. Okay, and of course we don't need anything here for the top. Is just so this is the spine. Okay, this is the, yeah, this is the hips bone, this is the some common. Okay, and so here you see that we're not gonna do like that, right? My file, I'm making the mechanism chain, which is this one in grayish color here, match with the deform, which is this one in red. And this is deform rig also. Deform rig doesn't matter. This is map type. Yeah, this is all deform rig. This is deform rig. Just pay attention to the, yeah, all this deform rig. Yeah, whatever. So I'm just cleaning a little here. So yeah, sorry, I should have done this before maybe, but so for what is interesting here is that we can compare. Here's the mechanism chain, here's the deform chain, and here you see there's the deform foot, deform toes, and this is not a Nike target as we used to do in many tutorials. It is used like that, but this is not a Nike target for the mechanism chain. So just as for the arm rig, the I key bone constraint is on this grayish one, is on the mechanism chain. So it is this one, and so the bone constraint, the I key bone constraint is here. So I key, right, and pole target here for yeah, and the I key target is the master bone here, which is to control the hand. So for the legs, it's the same idea for that. There is an offset parenting. So you see the deform rig here, the def thigh and the def shin, they are connected, but it's an offset, right? Disconnected parenting. And here, well, this is just for, as we did before, well, I don't have a shoulder hips left bone, right? So, but this could be useful just for organization. But no, I don't have this controller, master hips on each side. I don't have such kind of thing. So it just goes offset to the hips bone there, command bone, control bone. I call command bone is something more important, right? It's like a main bone, but not as powerful as a master bone, which are these ones. So this is for the foot, the feet, right? The left and right and left. And so, okay, the Aiki bone constraint is here. And if I go on pose mode, we see here the mechanism chain, however, it is connected, parented, you see. This is edit mode. So this is the mechanism shin and this is the mechanism thigh. And they are exactly in the same origin, the head of the deform. In this case, the deform is not matching the orientation. The length, yes, but not the orientation. See the bone length here. Let's check. There is so bone length. You have 4.2, 4. So you see the length is matching, but not the orientation. This is not a problem. We're not gonna do like that anyway. I'm just showing you. It's easier to visualize this way because the things are different. What we have here is this automation. You see this mechanism bone here is the same thing for we've done here for the, where is my, okay, is this one, right? I've changed the color to make it, so this is the mechanism pole control. It's just some sort of thing that the pole, in this case the elbow pole target is parented, offset to this bone, so it will follow, and this is an automation, and this bone, it stretches to bone constraint to the master hand. So that will be, I believe, the same for the legs, or at least similar, because there are some difference between legs and arms. The main difference is that the foot, because there is an advanced foot rig, usually there are different ways to do it, but in principle there is often this leverage system, and this cause really, this is the most complicated thing, I believe, is how to handle the ankle leverage system with the simultaneous thing. So we don't have a hand leverage system here, so the arms rig for the simultaneous I key, F key, that doesn't require I key switch to animate, right? This is what makes the legs much more complicated than the arms. And the way I've done, I think it's feasible, it works, but it's not perfect. There is a little problem that I couldn't solve it, but nonetheless I will show the results, although without a mesh here, and I will do also an advanced foot rig. So let's start for the legs. So as we see here, there is hold on. So as we see here, there is this mechanism type, mechanism. Actually, let's go here, bone collections, and let's select just the mechanism here for the, yeah, just the, I think just this one, legs and feet. Okay, let's hide everything else so we see better. So now only this mechanism for the legs. So there's this one, it's connected. Then the second one, the shin, has the Aiki bone constraint. and that's it. This one doesn't have bone constraint. Remember, they are connected, they are parenting, it's connected, and we have no thing parented to it, I think, but not so fast. So let's go. So this one has the same head joint there position, so it's the same thing, and it ends in the same joint position as the mechanism bone tails end. So yeah, so this is the joint of the ankle basically, and we don't see the deformed bones here, but it's there. And this is, in this case, this is a mechanism foot for mapping the position of warping bones. So this is a mechanism foot warp. It will allows the deform rig to warp there. But hold on, we're not gonna do this. This is I'm just showing because it's cool. But so as we go on pose mode, it immediately goes there. So the warp bone goes to the map bone. So it's just a reproduction of the angle, rotation, orientations, the bone length, everything here is the same there. And so this is tricky to do, but it's an interesting challenge, but this is not required, right? So I'm showing this because I'll have to adapt, because we don't need two of those. So what we'll need to do is probably to have the deformed foot bone. This is the very important. We'll see later how this will work. Where is deformed foot here? So this bone, as we see in advanced foot rigs, it usually cannot be parented, neither offset, even less connected parenting to the shin, because if we do that, the leverage system for the ankle, for the foot, will it will get crazy. It creates some problems because of the interaction with all that system with the Ike bone constraint. And this is not something that relates only to my rig, to this advanced rig. It also relates to advanced foot rig, electric rig in general. We just cannot have this thing because of how the inverse kinematics work. So we need to parent this to something else, and in this case I have parented it to a bone with this, a mechanism bone, same bone length, right? Same orientation, exactly like that, clean. And then it holds the deformed bone there for the foot, parented offset. And so the yes, but this is not an Ike target for the, nor is this an Ike target, as usually this is the, on advanced foot rig, a bone like this is the Ike target. No, in this system, the way to do the splitting between the F key and the I key rigs of the limbs, either arms or legs, is to have the I key target. So we have the I key bone constraint, is to have the I key target go to the master, which is here. So it's a jump in the hierarchy, let's say, so that the deform rig for the limbs there, so that this deform rig has more autonomy to be manipulated by offsetting from the original position. So you see here I can pose the I key of the leg, whole leg, and then I can offset. But the advanced foot rig, which is this contraption that we usually know about, I'm gonna make this anyway. This is a simplified version, and so it can leverage this no matter if it's offset or not. So the advanced foot rig is not dependent on the IK bone constraint. I mean, it's not because the IK target is beyond everything. So the advanced foot rig, it's all regarding the let's say the F key part of the foot of the rig. And see, here is the problem that I wasn't allowed to solve completely, and this is a bit annoying. I still will look for solution, because as we leverage the ankle, you see there's some offsetting. I was able to make it different sometimes, but I'm not sure. This is a drawback. So we see that the leg leverages, so it works, but there is a little problem there. But otherwise it works. So this is the only caveat that is dangerous for this rig, for the foot, the leg rig. And I believe there might be a solution, maybe there isn't. Or some, this also relates to the deform rig, also how it works. So, but it's a control thing, it's a mechanism thing. So this is an unfortunate thing that I found out later, but it doesn't happen to the arm, because the arm doesn't have a leverage system. And I'm still investigating if there are other ways to do leverage system. Because what's happened here is that I have to mimic a leverage system for the deform rig, for this part, which doesn't have the IK bone constraint. So this is very crazy. But you see, it kind of works, but there is some caveat. So nonetheless, I think this is good enough. If provide some improvements are made, or depend on the model too. So this is experimental. Anyways, this works in general for the IKF key, right? And I believe it is possible to perhaps do some corrective thing about the mesh there, so it doesn't look so bizarre. But the deform rig here on the mesh, I mean, is not good as a visualization. So let's start building this, folks, from scratch. So I have the front view here, and I could of course copy all those things there, but no, I'm gonna recreate from scratch. So let's pick some, yeah, so that will be our abstract position here, abstract left leg. I could also symmetrize everything there, but no, it's not the time for that. So let's add a bone on edit mode on this position. This is it will be the deform leg, and this is Blender 3.6.4 because it is what works without it's safer. So here the z-axis is pointing forward, so that's okay, that's what I want. And let's activate screencast, that will help. So I want this bone to be, yeah, Alt F, so we can let's rotate, Control R, roll this thing on the, no, Control roll. Okay, let's see now how this, yeah, I want the z-axis pointing forwards. Let's see the item here. Yeah, I want a positive roll here, not a negative. It is the same. It means the same in terms of position, but I suspect there might be some problems, so I prefer to leave it positive. And then, okay, let's see that will be the, and because this is a IK, we'll use IK bone constraint, we'll have to make this slight tilting there, bending, right, and then extrude. And here for this, yeah, this is optional what we want to do. We want to do like that, yeah. So I can pick again this position here, and maybe I want to centralize this there, why not? So escape scale y0. No, it must be on the 3D cursor, xy0. There we go. By the way, I used a shortcut here for this is girl-s, which is the key backslash right before the Z key. So this is a quick way to switch these things, so that very helpful. And shift the same key, shift girl-s will change there. So but usually it's this one is the transform pivot point that matters. And the very cool thing about this 3D cursor is that we can emulate, we can basically do many things that the advanced foot rig can do, certain advanced foot rigs, which through the transform pivot point, correct use of this tool, of this stuff. And I believe it's better for 3D animation because we have lesser bones to care, less bones to keyframe, and this is actually relevant so far as I've seen. But I'm not an expert in 3D animation, at least not yet, so I cannot say too much about this. Let's move this down. This is the root bone, and so it doesn't call root, so let's call root. So this is already, this will be a yeah, the size won't match exactly, this doesn't matter. So I mean the B-bone scale, I could do that later for fixing the file, so making it more regular. So here we'll transform this into deform. Okay, so they are on pose mode, of course. So these will be the def type left, and this will be the def shin left. Okay, so this is enough. Then I want the parenting, it's connected, right? So no, we don't want connected, we want disconnected parenting. So here we go. And then the foot, yes, remember in this case, let's save, I'm not doing separate. The deform rig and the mechanism rig, they will match, which is the regular way to do, right? This is unconventional. This is for a deform rig feature, so that I have better, you see how the arms, it's a Vitruvianism, neo-Vitruvianism, you know, Leonardo da Vinci, Vitruvian man, right? So it gets better deforms naturally, but it creates in compensation lots of other issues. So it's not recommended, but if you know what you're doing, this is actually a cool thing. But it's not perfect. It creates some issues. So okay, so now let's add, for here I want a perfect, it just is in the, let's leave it in the origin, right? Oh, something went wrong here. No, because the origin is wrong, right? So let's instead do this as a matching the increment stuff. It will be, I know this is not, okay, what's happening? Oh, 3D is individual. All right. Now there's some absolute grid snap, maybe. Yeah. Okay, this is annoying. I'm not getting. I think this is correct. All right. So here, let's pick this, and now 3D cursor SX0. No. This SX0, there they are aligned, and here this alignment is okay, but not this one. So this is confusing, so maybe you just get this thing move up. And so now this doesn't need to be aligned this way, but that's okay. And so I just want to match exactly here. So yeah, so you have a easy spot for the ankle, right? So you don't get confused with what? Here. Okay. So yeah, it's a bit too spread apart for a leg, humanoid leg. So let's just move this like this. All right. So oh, this was the pose mode. Okay, never mind. Let's do again. Here, now that's better. And now let's start building the foot. The foot. The way I do this, which is interesting, especially, yeah, it's relevant, I think. So I'm gonna usually I would like the z-axis pointing up. So rotate rotate x positive 90 degrees. Then from this I want to change the roll here, global x-axis, yes, and then the rotation here I'll give a precise value, like I've used, it could be arbitrary, but let's use 40 degrees. So this is a 40 degrees rotation. I can note that, or I can like def foot 40 degrees, whatever, left. So what that means is that from a vertical bone, yeah, trigonometry, right? Basically there's a 40 degrees angle this way, but this is just a reference. It's interesting to know this. And so here I can extrude for the here for the foot toe. And so let's see here, let's assign this color, then also this, if in case you don't know this, let's do all this matching here, the B-bone scale, just in case you didn't know that. There is a bone here, the deform upper arm, so you go on the bandy bones, and this is the display for the, so you're gonna copy this, gonna apply this with Alt for everything, and here Alt with everything. So now they all got the same, this is where we find the numeric value of the B-bone scale, right? Here is bone envelope, but it's B-bone scale, whatever. So then the foot, yeah, displaced, we need to fix that. So basically let's pick this, then we get this, no, not here, and I want to 3D cursor, shift, let's match there we go. So this foot is perfectly aligned. So for inverse kinematics, it's good to have this bending is just because I'm using a pole target, right? Otherwise we could have it full straight, right? But no, this is the only thing that is that we want to be not regular. Otherwise all the other orientations are fine, everything aligned, I mean, except, yeah, so here this is already disconnected part, and this can be connected. So let's save here, and let's go again here, and let's see. And now I'm not gonna use this file, I'm gonna use the one that I've equal positions. So now that we can build this with this reference here. So let's see, that's all. There we go. So this is matching, right? The rest position and the pose position are matching. I've replaced everything, so we don't have, and it works the same way, right? It's just that if they are not, we need to make a warper system. Here, there's warper system still exists, but it's obsolete, right? It's not. It's redundant. It's just redundant. More bones that do nothing. Alright, so we could go for the, yeah, let's create. So there's the command bones or control bones or main bones, whatever you call. These two are lower in hierarchy than this one, the big I key target bone, which is the master leg, just as for the master arm. Well, this is master hand, whatever, master foot, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Sorry, this controls the whole F key, and these ones they control the F key, and so by stretching the deform and not the mechanism. So this is the split, right? So this is why the I key must jump directly to another system and not mix up, not pass through this. Okay, so it will be better by making it from scratch here, right? So it's similar here. So if you've watched already the other, you'll remember how you'll see, visualize how easy it is. But just check, let's just check the deform rig just to see if this is correct. So I think yeah, because it will be good to do something else here. Here there's too much stuff. Let's just see the deform, right? This is helper, 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 helper. We don't want that. And so here is the, okay, connected parenting, and here disconnected. But it is parented nonetheless to something, and it is parented to the mechanism foot warp. Okay, so this mechanism foot warp is for actually we don't need it, but what we will need is let's see the mechanism here. Let's hide all this stuff. So yeah, there's an advanced foot rig, so this will be a mess, but let's try to, okay, let's hide these things. And okay, so here this is not an IK target, this is the mechanism foot map. This is what we will keep, and this is what the deform foot bone was parented to, mechanism foot warp. We don't need that because it's redundant in this case. So what I'm gonna do is just see, okay, this one is parented to the mechanism toes roll, so it's parented to this big one here. So yes, it is parented to, hold on, no, the small one, sorry, the small one is lower in hierarchy, this one. Yeah, this is regular advanced foot rig, so this one is parented to this one, and this one is parented to okay, this is a cool, this is different now, but doesn't matter. So, sorry folks, let's focus here. So I need to eradicate this mechanism bone. You see the ankle joint is here, and here is the joint of the between the toes and the foot here. I mean here. So all these joints, they match, so there's nothing exceptional here, except this is different. This we'll take care about that later. Alright, so I don't need that. This is parented to that small one there, and same this one. So they have the same parent. You see, that's why they are so similar. And one is redundant, so this one will be the, let's see the bone constraints, folks. Hold on. So we see that their parent is the same, so they are not parented to the mechanism shin, just as the foot, deformed foot, is not parented to the deformed shin, which is somewhere there in, yeah, there. Hard to see. This means we can, yeah, let's say the bone constraint. So it just has a copy transforms, replace world space to the foot map. So foot warp to foot map, and the foot map, which is what we're gonna preserve, doesn't have any bone constraint. So basically just have the same orientation, the same positioning, the same bone length, of the deform foot. Yeah, so we're gonna have this like I've hidden it, but we're just gonna not make it right on our rig. So, and this will be the regular stuff, right, for advanced foot rig that we're gonna remake here, and there are more things to do. So sorry, this might be a bit confused, but it is complicated, right? Certainly there are better ways to explain that. So I hope you already understand about rigging in leg foot rig, so that this is not this is simple actually, right? So let's make the mechanism chain here, right? And for that I will duplicate these bones here. Then I'm going to scale them up and change them to, okay, I need to be on pose mode, assign them here, so I made them larger, and there is the X-ray, so we see through, so this is important here. I usually do that. I would the lower hierarchy bones, they are smaller in B-bone scale than the higher one. So this is the logic that I use here for organization. So this cannot be parented here. So we're gonna clear parent. Well, it doesn't have parent. Let's not use this. So let's change individual here. Okay. This one is parent offset, but actually we want to parent connected because this is I-key chain. And so we want this I-key chain of bone length chain length of 2, want them to be connected. And then the parenting here, oh, they are not parented, okay, parent offset to the spine bone, which has no name, so this will be like, I don't know, control spine, like that. And yeah, it's pointing up. So then what we need now, we could create the other yeah, we're going to we're going to add a bone here, and we are going to pick this pick this joint and place it exactly there. So it is like, so I'm gonna change this. It will be the mechanism how does a pole control, yeah, this is how leg left. And so we are going to give it that color here, just to, and the bone length we're gonna give it the same as we did for the for the arm. So it is here, yeah, this big one there, so it get this value, so we're gonna do the same here. And where it is, so here, Control V, and then I pick this joint and I'm gonna place it exactly there. Selection to cursor, there you go. And I want to orient this exactly to this active thing. So it's Shift N, active, recalculate roll to active bone. That's right. So you see, they are not okay. And so there are more mechanism bones that we need to create here, the ones for the advanced foot rig, and this I don't know by heart exactly, so there are mechanism bones and control bones. So in this version, it is a very simplified one, I'll just use these double things that we saw here. And well, this is the knee pole, which is the bone that I've just created, and this is another thing, never mind the color here. This is another strategy that I'll show later, so ignore that. No, not that, this one. And this, for some reason, it's not yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong, this should be there, but I'm not fixing this right now. So here, how this works, we need to see the control Okay, so we need to create the masters here. Let's make this because they are easier to spot. So they are just for, as for the arm, it's here and here. So let's make them. So I call this control knee and control ankle, but yeah, because it drags the foot, it doesn't really matter the name. Provided we understand what it is about. So in here I call that control lower arm because it controls the deform rig of the lower arm, and here it's control upper arm. So let's do instead a control thigh and a control shin. That's it. So I need to create a bone exactly there. We have already this position. We are going to scale this up, and this, interestingly, we are going to align exactly with this one. So Control Alt A, I think is the default, and we'll make this bigger. Alt S on this. What's happening? No, Control Alt S. Sorry. We'll make this bigger. Actually, we're gonna use the same values that we used here. It's this one. So here and here. So this will be called hold on, what's the name that we are doing here? It's control upper arm. This one, the big neck pole control, actually this is arm. Pole alto arm. Yeah, it's a terrible name, right? And no, not arm, sorry. It's we know it's elbow, right? And here pole auto knee, knee pole, right? So we need to create the knee pole also, so we can, yeah, but first we're doing this one. Let's assign the color there for this one. So it's it has no name. Let's call this command bone, right? And this is master bone, so this is bigger in hierarchy. This is control. This usually should be here, lower. So yeah, this is the way I'm organized. Mechanism 2 or whatever. Deform and the central stuff more important. Yeah, there's a left and right, which is optional. So here, this bone, very interestingly, yeah, we call it, what is it? Sorry, I'm forgetting the updates that I'm having here. This is control. Yeah, let's not call these controls. Let's call these command, right? They are to match this color. Find or replace. I hate that when you close Blender, we have to replace this thing. So find control and put to command, right? And there we go. So yeah, this is a sort of a master shoulder, but it's not as yeah, could be called a master bone too, but let's leave it like that. So here command shin left, and so we're gonna duplicate this bone and we're gonna place it exactly on that joint, and we're going to totally align, not with the shin but with the thigh, and so it will be like that, and it will be command thigh left, and we don't want that, and so that's it. So for the parenting, now I don't remember exactly, so we're gonna check here, because if we don't do things, if we make it slightly different, we can start having a lot of trouble with dependency cycles and all that, and this is the way that I found that doesn't procures itself any problem. So the parenting here is to, I think is the mechanism type, yes. So this is very bizarre, but yeah, so it will make that, because the deform rig is parented to these bones, to these command bones. So but they are themselves following the mechanism bones or chain, whatever. So but we can pose them because it's parenting. It's not bone constraints that will lock transforms on pose mode. So this is why it is possible to, as we pose the I key, the mechanism stuff, we can at the same, and it will drag the limbs, right? And at the same time we have a lower hierarchy level interaction with the deform thanks to this stuff. So that is the splitting, right? And this is when we get offset, right, between the deform rig and the mechanism chain. We don't see the other bone there because it's hidden, but there it is here. So the splitting here, you see. Okay, so let's go to the, yeah, I was gonna check here. So the parenting here might not be exactly the same. Yeah, it's mechanism upper arm, and this one is master arm. Yes, so this probably means that here for the foot, I'm gonna check, it should be equivalent. So here is, yes, is mechanism thigh, and this is master leg. Yes, so this is simpler. So we need to parent this to a bone that doesn't exist. So we're gonna duplicate this. We're gonna use the same positioning at least for the ankle joint, and we're gonna make it bigger, and we're gonna change its color, and we're gonna change its name. So this is the master leg left, and this parent, yes, this parents to the root bone, and this is the I key target. So this is what I was mentioning about, is that this splits the I key to outside, so that we can control even the advanced foot rig independently of the I key rig. So this is the trickiest part for the conceptually for this thing to work out. So let's see what yeah, parenting, right? So this parenting to this, and this parent to the mechanism. Now this is the deform, I think. Oh no, I didn't switch the name. Yeah, it's still called, we know it's a duplicate, so this is why the 001 and 00, yeah. So mechanism here. So we need to parent this command thigh to the mechanism thigh, while what will happen now is that we are gonna try to create the bone constraints. Yes, but first there are more bones to create here. So let's see. I don't have a name for this. This is not this kind of stuff. This is a mechanism foot. Yeah, mechanism foot could be that. Okay, but mechanism foot, whatever. So this is to allow. So we're gonna parent the foot bone to this mechanism foot, if it's not already. No, it's not. So keep offset. So it has the same bone length, the same orientation, the same positioning, and it will be not only parented. I think it will have a copy transformed bone constraint. Besides, and then this one needs to be parented. This is parenting, right? So this controls the foot, but the foot itself can be controlled. This is okay. So let's create the advanced foot rig now. It will be. We'll make it. We'll try to make it fast, but I'm not gonna speak too much here because I need to focus. So we have the deform. This will be a bit annoying. And you can skip that later if you're watching. So we need the mechanism here and go directly to after. Okay, what is... Okay, I need these ones, the control. I need... No, I don't need these ones, the command layer. The deform I don't need, and the mechanism, yeah, so... Okay, it's mechanism and control. So it's this blue color is because it's a controller thing. And that's... yeah, and I also pick this big one because... That's it, right? Yeah, that's what I need to focus on. So let's see here this positioning. Maybe this could be played out to improve some results, right? But for now, let's do... Okay, so I'll pick this thing. I'll create a bone there. We're gonna move it there. Okay, so actually I don't have... This angle doesn't get me... yeah, I need to respect perhaps this height if I want regularity. So 3D cursor, then snap to... No, I don't need snap, I just... Why is this happening? I just want to... G... I want to match that position there. Okay, it's not collaborating. Okay, let's align this way first, then rotate -40, so because I know it's that degree, so this roll I don't know what is these are like that. So okay, so this now I can match. Okay, and then here I can... Oh, I see. If I scale a bone... Okay, I can do with this then. There we go. But this... Does it match there? Yeah, I think it can be that way. So, which one is this one? This is the Mac tool, it's in Mac toes, it's inverted, this is lower hierarchy, and this is the... Oh, let me Control Z because here, okay. Oh, I see, okay. Here, Shift H, and there. Okay, so... Alright, so this is the mechanism heel. Why this is so big here if it is lower hierarchy? Well, this is just a inconsistency. We'll do it differently for our rig. So okay, let's start. And this one, why they are going there? This is doesn't seem correct. What is being parented to? Oh, control ankle, of course. Okay, maybe this didn't remember that, but maybe the command ankle, right? It is because of we need to adapt the advanced foot rig to the splitted F key part. This is why this might be, yeah. Okay, so and this also to the command ankle. Here control ankle, that doesn't matter. So these things we can pose them, that's why they have this blue color, bluish color, while these ones are mechanism bones, we are not supposed to be posing them, so I give them this grayish teal color. So I need this to create these 4 bones, right? So this the same joint there, and say here's same joint there, and this bone is pointing forwards, right? So let's start with the small one. It's backwards, right? Facing backwards. So Alt F, that will invert that. So we're gonna mechanism foot, no, toes roll, right? Then left, that's it. And then I Shift D, Alt F, and then I'm going to make it larger there. And then this one is a master leg, so that's why it's so big. Actually, this is not a good orientation. The master leg actually pivot around here, rotate -40, it will be straight, differently from the command shin, right? It needs this alignment here, I believe, and so this is parented to the master foot, right? Master leg, whatever. Oh, and we see that the foot that I've made is much smaller there. Let's change that. So where is this? Will be, yeah, I'll have to reposition that, whatever. So can I, yeah, I want to make this perfect, right? So we need to bring those joints there, and then bring those joints SZ0, and then bring them, just in case, SY0. No, nothing else, select SY0, just in case. So now I believe this is correct, except that the yeah, these colors, let's change this to mechanism. They are not the big one, just these ones. We are going to change their B-bone scale. They can be larger actually, because this one will be, well, we can keep it matching with that one, that's fine. I can't make up my mind about this right now, so let's leave it as sort of randomish, or no, let's give this thing here to this one, and this one will be the only smaller one, right? So alright, so now the orientation, let's see the bone rolls. So for this one it's wrong, so there, and this one yeah, already facing up, roll 0, this sounds correct. So the parenting, we need also the ankle, the roll ankle control stuff, right, for the ankle. So let's align this with this one. No, let's pick this bone and align here, but then we pick this and Alt F, and then Shift S8 there, and this will be called a yeah, the control roll ankle, whatever. We know what's that, yeah, the regular stuff there, and then we paint this on this control. And there is also a toes control bone, so we're gonna duplicate this one. We can make it scale down. We can change this larger like that, and we're gonna call it control. It's not roll foot, it's toes left. Yeah, and why not just ankle there. Alright, and so here we're gonna change this. These bones, they must be all deformed bones, but this is incorrect, so we're just gonna, yeah, get this out, and the only deformed ones will be this, and this, and this. So Alt, hold Alt and deform. Property checked. So the parenting, I remember, so this one goes parented to the command ankle, which control command shin, right? Instead of what we regularly do on advanced foot rig. This, if I remember correctly, so it will go to the, this name is incorrect, so this is the heel left, the big one is higher, so this is parented to the toes is parented to the heel, and this, which usually would be the Ike target for a conventional advanced foot rig, but not in this rig. So this is just a, so this will be, maybe it's not even necessary actually. Never mind, let's skip it for regular things. So this will be parented to the toes. Edit mode, there we go. And this will be parented, yes, I think to the ankle too, because so we can control the F key through this bone here, and the whole system should be following, and still this one should I think it will be parented here too. Let's see if that's the case. So relation control ankle, yeah, mechanism heel, parented to control ankle, parented to control ankle, parented to control ankle, parented to mechanism to toes roll. Yeah, so that's exactly this. So we are allowing that this stuff will follow the command bone. The command bone, so this is the advanced foot rig, folks. The structure, the base structure. Yeah, we don't have the side ones because I found out we can do this, the side, right, with side rolls we can do with the 3D cursor. It's, I think it's optional, but I find out I prefer this way. So I'm even considering experimentally, this is something for a bit later, not for this, but just a comment I'm thinking about. Wouldn't it be possible to make the ankle foot leverage system with pivot? This is something that I'm thinking about. I've started thinking about because of this problematics. Okay, and so we can split here, but there's no Ike bone constraint yet. So, but we've made the advanced foot rig, folks. So let's go now to the, now that we have most of the bones. Yes, there is one group of bones that I've not done yet, which is made yet, is the mapper bones for a feature, but this will see. Oh, there is also the pole target. Let's do the pole target. So create a bone here. We're going to select this one. We are going to align it like this, I guess, and we move it forwards, and we need to have, not, I don't know, like that, and we want to have its name matching this one. So pole, knee, pole, elbow. All right, there we go. And we parent this, the same for the arm, we parent this to this pole auto need stuff. And let's first create the eye key bone constraint. So get this, which will be our eye key target, but at the same time it's a master leg. Inverse kinematics, then we go here and we create the chain length of 2, and pole target we get the this bone, and we need to adjust the pole angle. I think because the z-axis are pointing forwards, it will be 90 degrees. Yes, okay, and because the alignments are ideal for eye key bone constraint with a pole target, then this is the regular solution. Otherwise, we'll have to solve. Yeah, but the interesting thing, this is interesting to comment, is that I don't want to open the other file here, so never mind. The deform, you remember, you see the deform rig doesn't matter if it's the bones, they are not aligned. What matters really is that the mechanism chain, in this case because the mechanism chain holds the eye key bone constraint, is that this chain is alignment. So the alignment, this is a very interesting concept in Blender. So the regular alignment is for the mechanism, the eye key chain bones, and not required for the deformed bones, for example, because the eye key bone constraint will recognize that the alignment is from the rest position of the eye key chain bones. But now, because they are matching exactly the positioning and scale and everything, so this is redundant to tell, but it's because everything is aligned, right, except for the bending. But it's interesting point to pinpoint that. I found out this this by experimenting there, so it's interesting. So this will give it a control color here, and let's see. Okay, so we have the eye key already, but something is not everything is working, of course. Okay, the pole target is working, but it doesn't seem to be automated yet. Something is... Oh, forgot to... Yes, of course, it's because this bone needs to stretch to something. So I believe because this controls the deform rig, so the sheen, command sheen, so this is why this one pole auto eye key, it must stretch to this joint there of this command sheen. So let's see if that's the case. We go here, and not this one, in this case it's this one, and it is bone constraint, it stretched to master leg. Interesting, but it doesn't seem correct. Maybe this is why this is wrong. So okay, okay, here is this one on this color, is the second mechanism color, and we're going to do here. Later we'll see if we need to change this, but stretch to bone constraint, yes, exactly that, to the head, yes, and original length, yes, is this length. Let's see now. Okay, and we see that the deform rig is not moving yet, so Oh, this moved the pole target. Let's see how is this one. Stretch to master I key hand. Yeah, so let's call this master I key foot. I think I know why this is the case. It's because if we, yeah, it needs to stretch to the, yeah, the length, the original length is the same. Otherwise there will be some wrong interactions of the between this bone. It will automate wrongly, I believe, because then moving this will move the, also move this, and this bone is parented here, and then this will cause some dependency cycles. I mostly think that is why, because this thing is an I key bone constraint thing, automation, so it cannot be into the F key chain. It must be on the I key chain related stuff, right? These are the bones related directly to the I key chain, just as this, and this. So that's why we cannot, and this, of course, so we cannot mix that up. That will wreak havoc the rig. Okay, so we still need to make, I believe, the stretching, so as we did for the arm. So the deform rig can be controlled by these bones. And so here, I believe it will be, so we just look for the deform rig, and of course we seeing more than we need. We don't need to look at those helper bones. So this is the shin, now the thigh, deform thigh. So it's stretch to control knee left, stretch to control ankle left. So the teal greenish ones. So yeah, nothing exceptional now, so it's exactly as this is easy. So stretch to, there we go, and yeah, origin is the same, doesn't need to change here, and here, and there we go, def chin, and stretch to, and there we go. So now in principle this is should start to have effect. And yes, the advanced foot rig is not ready, but we have automation and we can already offset. That means that we can have I key at the same time as F key for the leg too. As you see, we don't have, unfortunately, a mesh here, but we see the results here, right? Wait, where is my... Here, okay, so... But it's not over. There are, because it's the advanced foot rig, there are more that we need to adapt to this. There are more things to work on here. So the stretch can do this, but there are some limitations here. So for example here, this is the same for the arm. So you have outside and inside and outside. Okay, so these first ones should be related to this. So I don't think this is good, right, to have this amount of freedom. Maybe on some characters, yes. So I just gave this amount. So these are doing exactly this. So this is nothing. It's bone constraint to the mechanism, right? Mechanism type. And this last one is special. This is the very, very tricky. But we'll first fix these ones, the first two. So outside and workspace. And to the mechanism, I think for the arm was it that way too? Let's see. It's here. Yeah, let's copy this. Actually, I could copy the whole bone constraint set. Yeah, it's the mechanism upper arm. So okay, so it's the thigh. So what we're gonna do is I pick this and this. Control C, selected constraints. So copy. Yeah, I think these two. This is an add-on that I'm using that does this copy. I think it's very, very useful for rigging. At least for rigging, I know it. Let's see. I think it's something about copy attribute menus. Yeah, this one, it's inbuilt, just need to be activated, and then you do that. But we need to adapt. I need the mechanism type here, so let's get the wait, where is my, oh, of course it we need to give that value here, that value, no, this thing. Let's reset here and reset here, and so now it is there, but then it's kind of locked, right? So it is not rotating this bone does nothing. It's just about so we need to, this is related to the, okay, so to the thigh, right? So we want to give, so this is the thigh squash. We can allow it to go a bit smaller inside, and here thigh stretch, because why not? We can have slight amount. This is not slight, right? All those are too much, but could be useful. Usually I'm not using, let's see, reset. Okay, there is some space for manipulation, so this can be useful, I think. This is too much. No, this must be, this is a sphere, invisible barriers inside from, although it's outside, right? So it's confusing, so that's good. And then for the other, this can be a bit larger. There you go. So this is good to go. But there is the other. So we don't have a leverage system. Let's fix that real quick here. The advanced foot rig. So this I'll need a reference. Let's see here. And so mechanism. So bone constraints. So here copy transforms. Okay, this is the, oh, this is the warp system. So the warp system, which we are not using, requires a copy transforms. Here, which is what we have, doesn't require a copy transform, so we don't need any of that. So we'll start with copy rotation and limit rotation, right? So start with the small one. Copy rotation, x-axis, foot roll, control foot roll, the blue version it is there, x and local space. All right, so we pick this, no, this, and then here control toes, then copy rotation, x, local space, local space. This is very, very yeah, we do this over and over again. It's very precise, right? There are probably different ways to do it, but so this bone, which has some sort of manipulation over, wait, but why? Oh no, it's not moving this one. This is correct. Alright, so we start having this, and was that correct? Yeah, I think that's all correct. So now this one, we'll do that later. So copy rotation, same thing, except invert there. Foot roll, that's another copy rotation of the foot roll. Oh, it's foot roll, it's not toes roll, so I got confused. It's this bone, so which here is, yeah, let's fix that. Control row foot, yeah. And so we pick this, and then we go here, then we yeah, let's copy Control C. Yeah, this is another shortcut, right? How is copy? Shift Alt C. I was clearing. Alright, so we do this, and I think that's it. So maybe something is missing. Oh yeah, I did the inverse thing. Yeah, it still looks bad, but probably because this is not the... Oh, maybe some orientations are... No, everything seems to be... Alright, so I don't think there... It's just incomplete, so we'll find out. So, Mac tools roll, alright. Limit rotation, minimum, maximum 60, effect transform local space, alright. Limit rotation, limit replace, okay. And so one has min of 0, max of 60, min of 0, max of 60. This seems a bit odd that it's equal like that. Okay, maybe this needs some improvement, but never mind. This you can do yourself with good tutorial. So it's the same thing, nothing special here. Limit rotation, yes. So after this, we get. Is the relation correct? Yes. And here, yes. So bone constraints, limit rotation, it's the X. So if I remember correctly, it was something like that. Then local space and effect transforms. Effect transform local space. Let's check that. Yeah, as odd as it is, that is equal. Alright, so we see that here's a problem. It's not knocking up the thing, and this is something that can cause trouble. But then I believe I forgot something. There's the control bones too. Let's see. Yeah, so or maybe it was meant to be like that, or maybe something is missing, but I need still the deform rig. Okay, so we have here, does that, oh, this is not being used, so copy rotation here for Mac toes roll. Okay, wait, wouldn't be the Okay, so yes, x-axis, local space, offset. Oh yes, offset legacy, because this is so it is free to move. That's why. So it's not a replace thing. It's a control bone, so you need to be. So you can do this, and at the same time we can still do this. It's a toes controller bone. So and we can also rotate sideways if you want. So that's why offset legacy. So toes roll left. All right. So here this copy rotation, offset legacy, local space, and only the X, I think. This has not been used. This is a feature from another tutorial that I'm considering yet, so never mind, doesn't matter. So I think that's it. Yes. What is this? Control and oh no, this is helper bone. Sorry, folks. Yeah. All right. So we are going to make this leverage the. Yeah. So this is the thing, right? The problem is that because this is a caveat, really one of little trouble on the rig for the legs in this system is that we need to sort of mimic this leverage. You see, it's not leveraging because this is not being part of the Pxy system. This is part of the and I couldn't find a way to an ideal way to solve this so far, but by making what I mean that I can mimic some sort of thing which is a special solution to the legs rig, we are going to use a limit distance here, and this is very, very tricky, but it kind of works. So let's hold on, this was a mistake. Okay, sorry folks, let's continue here. So we are going to pick the deform rig. This is not a perfect solution, but it kind of works. We'll have that this bone is pushed by the leverage, you see. So it has another limit distance, but operating not from the mechanism type like these previous ones, but from the deform foot bone. So it's outside, so it's a sphere from of influence from the foot, and it has a certain distance, and this distance must be very precise so that we'll respond correctly. And right now I believe this is just slightly changed a bit more than it requires to than original, because I was able to reset the value that I had. So if I pick the foot here and I get here, I will add a limit distance, and this is a special foot, def foot, whatever, and ankle leverage if you want. We're going to have outside here the distance, word space, okay. And so what this does, let's see. yeah, it sort of creates an inverse kinematics, a fake inverse kinematics of leverage. You see? Otherwise, I couldn't do that. So basically, and this doesn't negate the other limit distance, but it creates the leverage from this command bond. And this is an F key chain. So this is why this needs to be offset. If it is connected, I think it creates problems. So this is very problematic, but very, very interesting. So now I have a leverage system for fake I key, but so not that I want this, I just want this, not for doing this, right? But yes, I could do this, but what I want really is to use this to do this slight leverage. The problem is that, you see, I lose the joint there, and this can, even though I'm leveraging the knee, so it's not perfect, and there might be a way to achieve this, I think. In terms of mesh deformation, here I don't have a good example, but I was already able to have something that looks good, even though here it doesn't look at all. Maybe this can be fixed with the deform rig solution, I don't know. The back bending is more likely okay. It doesn't look too bad, and we won't probably yeah, and I say maybe this can be fixed with deform rig solution. And then I don't think there is much solution to this. So this is yeah, this is a really bad thing for the, sorry, what I mean is this maybe requires a bit more experimenting to find if there is a way to do this leverage system. And this is critical, but it's not that bad, right? That it cannot be used. In this case, it's a bit, it looks ugly, but it can be made better, I think. And I have hopes to find to uncover something, but this is the hardest part, because this inverse kinematics thing is very important, and there are different way approach to foot leverage, and so I know a few ones, so I believe there should be an alternative. So this is to be known. This is a problem that is maybe by just changing some features here, we could find a way to solve this. The problem is that if we just try to make some crazy connection, like things break apart, and okay, let's try to change here something. Reduce this. No, doesn't work. Let's see, now it is pushing. Yeah, and so the mechanism nor the deform will follow. So maybe I could do something here too, but this is stretching to this. So why? Yeah, because it's bone constraint. You see, it doesn't stretch anymore, but it could stack. It could probably stack. Usually we do something like that before the, let's see, this is crazy experiment, because I've got this idea right now in the discussion. So let's do like this, limit distance from this, outside. Zero, the head of the foot, yes. It's not responding, maybe because it is being neutralized by the stretch tool. Okay, but then it loses the stretch too, so it's not perfect, right? But it's this sort of stretching, but it doesn't yeah, stretch to bone constraint is very hard to combine with other stuff, so strangely enough this creates some, and parenting, like, it's not a solution here, it will totally break apart stuff. Alright, so never mind, folks. Unfortunately, this is a problem. But for the arms, or if we find a way to if we don't find that ankle leverage is that if we can get, I mean, if we can get a good foot deform with ankle leverage, this is acceptable. And at some point I can say that I have reached something interesting. It's just that here now, because of the deform rig that has many problems, I don't mean that we have the wrong idea here. The problem is the same fundamentally, but is this one, right? That this won't leverage the, yeah, it leveraged the thing, but it doesn't, there is something missing there. Yeah, some interaction there, because the I key is splitted. But in terms of the I key and F key, we have, if it weren't for the, so, right, we get everything working, right, otherwise. Well, there is something yet that is interesting here, and I'm going to create, is the following, folks. What is this limit distance? Oh, limit distance to the torso. Okay, so this is very important. So we have another intricate thing here, and is that by creating this limit distance to the foot bone, I can have it follow the torso bone. If we do this, right? If I didn't have this thing, the foot would stay in place, and I'll have to do this, and this might not be, so this is probably, yeah, this is not, this is the solution that I found to fix this manipulation here. So let's do this. It's yeah, original distance, so to the torso bone, right? So let's pick this and this, and limit distance, and yes, and so here we can do this. Oh, the parenting, this thing is not parented. Let's parent there. I think it's, let's check if the parent is the same. So parent here is whatever there. Yes, it's the same. Okay, so if we go here, so you see the foot is falling. The root bone not, but the foot, yes. So there, and this moves everything. All right, and I don't have a solution for this for the hand, but we could do the same. Why not? I never thought about that, but maybe that's... Maybe I give a larger distance. I don't know. I don't know. This is perhaps we can keyframe that maybe. What? Yeah, let's augment this. Yeah, this is bad. Too much. Still too much. Okay, so let's do torso optional. All right, so one thing more fixed. We have this. All right, and yes, so the mapper thing. Yes, bone constraints. Just checking if copy rotation. Okay, this is a special. Okay, so now this is a bit tricky, but it's interesting. Interesting feature. So when I pose the leg and I offset, yes, I can do this, right? Because I have the stretch tool. Let's see here. Yes, so we can leverage. Maybe we wouldn't like to do this, but then, yeah, we can squash the shin, but then we have absolutely no leverage system there. So this is why this special ankle leverage, this function is trying to reduce the disruption that this caused there. So we have some degree of leverage, but it's it loses a lot of quality, right? Sometimes more, sometimes less, and if this could be rotated, yeah, but not the time for that. Let's continue here. Sorry, folks. I think I've got some duplicates. What's going on? No, I don't know what's going there. Why there are double? Oh, I think it's some bone constraints, right? Yeah, is the rest pose, right? Here's the original. Okay, so sorry folks, let's finish this. I'm very close to completing this. So what I need to do here is that here, as I pose offset, I can stretch here the mesh, and here is a question that here I have a mesh to visualize, but in principle, since this is a deformed bone here, in principle the mesh should deform too. If this doesn't happen, if there's some problem with that, then we just go here and get some oh, I see, hold on. We need some I have some limitation with the torso apparently, because this torso is too far, right? Too close here, the head. So let's augment the distance, I guess. There we go. Yeah, my foot wasn't able to go down because of this limit, so we need to fix that. Usually this torso bone I've made is somewhere, yeah, still working. And the leg could stretch a little more, maybe. Oh, I see, it's now let's reset here. Oh, and it's not inside. This is to be outside, of course. Right? Hold on. These are the last things that I've made, so let's see here. Inside, no, inside. So it must be constrained to, as it were. So inside. So, and it needs. Yeah, it needs more distance there. Yeah, so we can stretch more the leg until a limit. And there, okay. That is a bit too much. So, what about this? Yeah, that's good. And we see that this doesn't, this is automatically stretching the mechanism chain, even though this bone, even though if I check here, there is no I key stretch. So I don't know. Usually on my rig here, I had for only for this bone, the mechanism shin, some I key stretch of this lower value 0.1. But I don't see any difference. Maybe because I needed a mesh to see, I don't know. So seems to be working. If it, but just to be sure, let's just keep like that. I don't see any really. Oh, there is a difference. The mechanism is, yeah, it is, it stays. Okay, so all right, so there was some stretching. Okay, and only here, not for anything else, not the deform rig, which has nothing to do with the I key bone constraint. And so what is the last remaining thing, and before we finish, is that I have this map ankle and this not this one, this map ankle, well, it's just to create, there are many, this distance between the joint of the knee and the original distance of the ankle joint, and this so that if I offset from this, I can at any time select this and reposition this there. So it will be yeah, so it's this is the, but because the shin is stretching, if this bone is following the foot or this, it will stretch too, let's say. So it needs to maintain a certain point of reference, and that's why there is another bone here that it is connected to. And so we're gonna, there's probably a better way to do this, but this is quite good actually. It just works, right? So you see, as we stretch, there is the point of reference. Now it doesn't go up because this bone constraint is pushing, right? So we are allowed to make some fake I key here, but it's not perfect regarding the advanced foot rig. Alright, so Let's make this. I don't remember exactly how I did that, so I just need this and this. So basically, let's see what they look like. This is parented, no parenting. Well, it could be parented to the deform, but okay, it has some bone constraints anyways. It is copy location, deform in the head, yes, 0, and world space, so it copies location, it copies rotation, world space of the scene. So it copies. It's like not sure why I did like that, but that works. So we need a shin bone here. We gonna go here, duplicate this. We're gonna make this very even smaller, give it another color like this mechanism 2 here, and we are going to, yeah, it doesn't, let's unparent because I'm not sure. Then we are going to create a bone constraint to, yes, to def shin, because this is for the offsetting F key rig, so not for the I key rig. So it's not regarding the mechanism chain, it's regarding the deform chain, the F key chain. So yes, this selection here, we are going, no, it's the opposite. Okay, hold on, it's the deform and then the new one that I've made, which I need to, so I'm gonna copy location and copy rotation. Maybe copy transforms would do, but this is safer, and because it's a duplicate here, it has a stretch too. No, this is exactly what we don't want to. We don't want stretch, we want regular following, but in terms of orientation, rotation and whatever, and location, but not the yeah. And we're gonna change this for mechanism, no, the map shin, whatever, map shin, whatever. And so what that does is that if I, you see, it's following perfectly, and if I stretch, it stays there. So what I could do now is maybe this is redundant. I don't even need this bone, because what I have done here is that if we go check here, bone constraints, yeah, it has this, okay, no, nothing special here, and this has no bone constraint, but it has this custom shape here, and let's see, it's a square. It takes the, it is connected parenting to the, yeah, it's connected to there, but it's inverse, like it's backwards. You see the gizmo there, not the gizmo, the axis stuff there, it's pointing up, but maybe this is completely irrelevant because it's mapping a position. It's just for mapping a position. So if I had just this, oh, I remember now, is that because on pose mode, if I go on pose mode and I try to select this bone, so there was a reason for that. I cannot select its tail. It goes to its head, so this is why I need that position. This is why there was a reason that I've created from this. Okay, let's just select it. I'm going to extrude. No, that didn't work. Okay, let's select here, add a bone, connect here, connected, align it perfectly. No, let's skip this alignment. Then let's b-bone scale here, and there we go. So it's traversing the other, it's looking up because of the Z orientation, whatever. And that bone could have a... Yeah, I don't have a custom shape here, unfortunately, so we're going to scale it down. Maybe that the gizmo will become very small, but that's... Yeah, so I get something like that. And then we go on, and this is inverted so that it's looking up, but the head is exactly on the joint. We got some problem with the joint, actually. I've messed up. No? What's going on here? Okay, it is there, so why this is not matching? Everything is in space, but this thing is moving. Maybe it's something about the copy rotation. Okay, this is looks buggy. Okay, it's not a deformed bone, nor this. Oh, maybe I... No, it's... Let's pick that, and let's make sure all that... Alright, I seriously don't know what's happening here, but this was not supposed to be like that. This mapping is... Oh, okay. It's not stretching to the end. So I think it's the... some sort of... It's sort of retracting slightly from the unrest position for some reason, as if the... What's the parenting here? Map sheen, yes, and this is map ankle left. So bizarre. No bone constraint. So you see it's not changing, but also its position is not regular, it's not correct in relation to what it should be on this expose mode. So too many bones. So if I pick this ankle, no, this ankle, here, and okay, this is getting too messy, but in principle, I have to revise the details of that, but well, maybe this is corrupted. Let's try to remake this thing. So here this is fine. Then if I pause here, alright, everything here seems to be correct. Then we need to extrude from this bone on edit mode. Yes, that position, extrude there, and then we align this bone to we're going to align it pointing up. So do we have something like that? Yes, we have this. And is this correct? Yes. And okay, now it's still okay, so it's something about the bone constraint, but importantly it needs to match that. It's like if the whole rig is suffering. Oh, I see. So this is very precise. It's because of this thing. That's it. So here I reset to the origin, that leverage system, so it cannot. Okay, so let's pick this one. No, this one, and let it be parented to the machine connected, and that should be it. Let's give this one. Yeah, I don't have a gizmo here, custom shape, so let's just give it this color, map ankle left, and now fine. There we go. So I can click that and it goes anytime. I can just pick that and go back here, and this shouldn't push the mesh. This collapsing, right, shouldn't change the mesh here, the knee, the type. So this is very important. So this is why this must be millimetrically precise. And the mistake here was that, yeah, I can leverage here, right? Unfortunately, there is not some tilting there of the ankle in the so this is the last thing that would be the ideal perfect rig would be that. But so that's it, folks. Yeah, the proportions are horrible here. I'll try to fix this before I get to the file ready. But that's it, folks. That's how it works. It's not highly complicated, except that part of the advanced foot rig. So we can actually split the I key and F key chains to work simultaneously. And a more organized rig would be to have a third chain, which would be, in my opinion, the main chain, it'll be like the original chain, or some sort of basal chain, I prefer to say. Not a maybe some sort of mechanism chain, but not for IK, not for deform rig, just basal chain. And maybe with a basal chain we could make this even better and perhaps solve in a different way, in a more organized way, perhaps even find a solution for this leverage thing. This is the bigger issue there is. However, we can use this for the arms rig, and it's pretty clean. Personally, I think it works for the foot if we can find a deform rig that can sort of improve this part. I see ways of doing that, and maybe it has to do with some aspects here also. But this is very, very tricky. Yeah, this will be very complicated. Maybe there's no solution for this because I've splitted. This is something that's supposed to work with the I key, and because I've splitted, it doesn't respond as we would see on advanced leg rigs. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed, and this concludes this class, this lecture, for the legs and for the arm, for everything there. And I will keep exploring these possibilities here, but that's it. There is, by the way, a way to do this with double IK bone constraints of chain length of 1. But as I was revising what I've achieved with that solution, I was having dependency cycles, while this solution doesn't create such. At least that's what I've concluded with this solution here, the way it is done. And here, if I open Blender, let's do this, just a small check here. We don't want that file. I'm using this file. I have to close Blender. Let's save and let's open here. Blender 3.6. So this is a fresh new file that I've made, so it shouldn't be affected. File 2. Okay, so there is a dependency cycle, so it's okay, but it's not on the leg, it's something on the arm, lower arm. All right, so you see, so it's not for the leg. So the arm is much simpler than the leg, so this is it solves itself eventually, but it's noisy, so maybe we could fix that. Let's just check here. You see, if there was any dependency cycles on this whole thing, there will be tons of warnings. Actually, there is none, except for this. Lower arm, left, it's a deform. Depends on lower arm via stretch 2. Lower arm, same thing. No, not same thing. Okay, it's affecting 2 bones here. It's cycling between them. Why this is happening for the only for this lower arm? Lower arm is here. Okay, parented offset. I probably did something wrong because it was meant to be simultaneous. Command lower arm. All right. Command upper arm. So Oh, maybe. Aha. This is probably the issue is here, because it's the mechanism. So I think I got it, just a small mistake here. So let's check now. Of course, they will maintain there. It's annoying about the toggle system, the window console. Let's save and let's reopen here, Blender. Control F1. There, clean. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed, hope this will be useful, and at least it's interesting, right? And for the arms, actually, it's I believe it's ideal. It's better than, well, I cannot compare actually, because I've never animated 3D animated with F key, I key switch, and I know there are many good solutions for that already. So, but this is an alternative way. And I find this is like much more intuitive. Like, you just do that, you offset, you reset here, and the automated pole target, it's great. I'll also refer, so that's it, folks. I'll continue investigating, and if I find a solution for the leverage ankle, perfect, that match the good one, the original one in quality, then I'll be making an update to this lecture. But otherwise, I'll make the file available. And Happy New Year! I hope this was a gift for everyone there exploring rigging. Happy blending, and I hope we'll have less complicated next year, 2024, for everyone.